okay, first of all, we gotta buy shit. So you guys wanted to get the monocle.
Yes.
The HUD monocle, that's 2,500, and then the boots of Elven Kind for 7,000. So
Yes.
what's the plan to pay for this? You each have about 4,000 gold.
I think you said that Rosita would front us some money. Let me find where you said that.
Yes, I did if you couldn't afford it.
Oh.
So if you guys wanted to buy like everything, I don't think you have enough money to do that. But since you all have, between the three of you, you have 12,000 gold pieces, and the HUD monocle is 2.5, the boost of all the kind are 7, so it's 9,500. So you all can afford to buy them basically if you decide to.
I think we should split it evenly, and we can buy each other out on the items at a later date if we want to.
Okay. So that's how much a piece?
95.
It's 9,500 divided by 3.
So 3167.
Yep.
3167. I have 4,010. So that
I was
was
gonna say, so most of your gold. Yeah, so go ahead and mark that off. And then obviously Teresa, you get the HUD monocle. Who's getting the boots of Elven Kind?
I have great stealth. I think Astrid has good stealth. I thought it was Gita who was a little on stealth. Does that sound right,
He's
Kenneth?
got +9 stealth.
Oh, what about you, Astrid?
I have +10.
Jesus.
Oh, okay. So I guess it is a little.
Well, we will just swap them in and out as appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who's gonna wear them right now?
Teresa's wearing the monocle.
I'm gonna go ahead and give them to Gita.
All
Since,
right.
I have a magic item, and Gita technically has the lowest stealth among us, so.
Okay, so that will give you advantage on stealth checks. Pretty sweet.
Don't
okay,
forget to pass without trace.
Oh my god, yeah, and then pass without trace on top of that. Okay, great. So anything else magic item wise, you guys square on that?
I think we are good.
Okay, great. Okay, so so Milana found a like super cush job for you at the Rock of Brawl. It's high paying. It's going to be 10,000 each. All you have to do is escort this dude to Andrel's capital city of LNL. Andrel is an extremely xenophobic planetoid. They basically shoot and ask questions later of anybody that doesn't have a license to land. And of course, you guys don't have a license to land. So the job is to deliver the package to the capital, and that's pretty much it. Like you don't have to, you can just like drop them off in the city. You don't even have to get them anywhere. Just get them in the city, and then you're good. Like you fulfilled your contract. The trick is going to, yeah, Master.
Can Teresa and I work together to forge a permit?
That's a really good question. The Milana at least tells you that the permits for getting to Andrel are all magical in nature, and they're not really available on the Rock of Brawl. At least not to folks of your nature, I guess I would say.
Are they available elsewhere?
They are available elsewhere, although Milana, like, she tells you that the job is to get in there without documentation. Like your clients don't want anyone to know that he's there, basically.
That's the rub.
Yep. So they hired you to escort this guy. Milana doesn't really tell you who the employer is. She's just like, you know what? It doesn't even matter. It's like I've got a contract. It's a good job. It's a simple job. We just need to get him in and get it out. Don't worry. I'll take care of all of And Reseda, it's a lot of money. So Reseda is okay with that plan. The other rub is that the whole planetoid is surrounded by a detection spell. So as soon as you breach the atmosphere, the Epiox is going to be detected, and then probably intercept ships are going to be dispatched. So your typical strategy of just go in invisible is not going to work. So that's what you're faced with. So there is a massive space station above, basically the only point of civilization on this little planetoid. It's called a country called High Court, and the space station is a highly advanced technological, magical center, military, tons of ships, very well defended, etc. And that's where the spell jamming lane gets you to, basically, is this spell jamming port. So the problem / challenge is like getting that spell jamming port, not having a license, but nonetheless being able to finagle getting through and then getting into the planet.
So unlicensed, how far can we get unlicensed without being attacked?
Yeah, you can get, well, that's a good question. So they probably won't like just shoot you out of the sky if you come in quietly, sort of thing. So if you're like lost, they might be like, okay, like come in, like we'll get you into the spaceport, and then like we'll send you on your way. So your best bet is to get a berth in the spaceport and then basically smuggle the ship out of there into the atmosphere, because passing through the spaceport, they won't detect you as an enemy.
And then what's the route from the spaceport to the planet?
Straight down.
Straight down.
No obstacles. Yep.
Do we know how closely they track the ships once they've docked at the spaceport?
That's a good question. Milana doesn't know. Go ahead and give me a history check.
Can I assist?
Sure.
Okay, then that is a 13.
Yeah, you don't know for sure. You think your whole impression of this planetoid is that they have this like protective shell, and it's like once you pass through that shell, you're golden. But within the spaceport, you don't know how difficult it's going to be to get the Epiox out of there without being detected and assaulted by a ton of vessels.
What if we snuck onto another vessel? We'd have to get back to the spaceport somehow.
Yeah, also actually 100% plausible. Like I think that Milana and Reseda, are suggesting like, okay, if we'll get captured, right? We'll get deliberately captured, taken to the spaceport, and that's our play. So we need to figure out some way to get from the spaceport to the planet.
So what kind of ships pass through the spaceport to the planet? Is it like passenger ships, merchant ships? Like what can we expect to see there?
Yeah, all of the above: passenger ships, cargo ships, merchant ships, military warships. It's a pretty, like I said, magically advanced planetoid. So they have very highly advanced spell jamming capabilities.
Okay.
Do we have to keep our package hidden in any kind of way?
Nope, not at all. Nobody knows your package is coming.
Okay. So if they're just walking around with us, fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
So
Yeah, as long as there's no documentation, that's the main rub, which is why the whole license thing is a problem.
So just as I don't know much about Spelljammer. Can we just jump out through this spelljamming port pretty straightforward once we do make our getaway? Or is this like we got to get to a specific spot and fire up the hyperdrive as the Star Destroyers are bearing down on us kind of thing?
Yeah, so what'll happen is you'll come out spelljamming speeds pretty much at the spaceport. And then once you've gone through and gotten some kind of ship from the spaceport to the planet surface, that's just tactical speed. So you would not be at spelljamming speeds for that part of the trip.
Perfect.
Well, it sounds like one thing we could do is just do Rosita's plan. Let them hold us on the ship, but find a ship that's going down. I could disguise myself as someone who would look like they would be on that ship, and then you guys could sneak aboard with me, and then we could go down from there. The trick is getting back up, because we don't know if that ship would be coming back or when.
But we could get back up on any ship.
Yeah, getting back up is not really a problem.
Yeah, at that point, they don't care who we are.
Right.
Well,
Now, they might care at the spaceport that we're not on our ship.
Plausible.
And Rosita and Milana will still be
Yes.
on the ship.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I guess it just depends how heavily they're monitoring our ship. We could say our pilot is incapacitated in some way. And we'll be happy to turn around and leave, but we can't until our pilot can fly again.
We could also do some sabotage on our vessel
On our own ship?
and just declare an emergency and had to get out of spelljamming space. Please take us in. And it creates a timeline where we have to actually get diagnosis and repair.
I like Teresa's plan better because I have a disguise kit. I could actually make it look like she's sick or injured.
What if she were sick in such a way that they just didn't even want to come on the ship?
Ooh, what if she caught
Do any of you have medicine proficiency?
No.
no?
Negative.
Go ahead and roll medicine, Teresa.
3.
3.
Oh,
Hey, you guys. Yeah, diseases, bad.
Do they have like an infirmary on the spaceport?
You do not know, but based on your understanding of the technology of Andrel, you would expect that they have everything on this spaceport.
So they might call our bluff kind of fast on that.
we are using a.
You are also very good at bluffing. If
That's
not
true.
you all, then Milana.
Do they charge? Would they charge for an infirmary?
I think with that 13 history, you get the impression that they're not like your most of your experiences with the Rock and Brawl, where it's extremely mercenary. It's all about how much money you have, and you can buy whatever the hell you want. What you understand from Andrel is that they're xenophobic, highly militarized. So you don't think that money talks as well as it does on Brawl.
Gotcha. I was just thinking if we claimed like, look, we can't afford medical services, we just need to deal with this ourselves, and then we're gonna get out of your hair. I don't know. And then there's getting onto another ship. Anybody else have any ideas?
We don't have any kind of contacts or anything on Andrel, do we? Nobody we know.
You
who-
do not, no. I mean, part of the reason the pay for this job is pretty high for a couple of reasons. One, you're not given a lot of information, right? You're just like, here's the package, deliver it however you can. But honestly, your guys' reputation does precede you at this point. The Epiox has hit a couple of reasonably high-profile jobs that turned out to be very profitable for your employers. So you guys are kind of having a reputation of like problem solvers, frankly. Like, just give them a problem and they fucking deal with it.
So is it possible we could call in a favor on Brawl to someone who could conceivably get to Andrel? And we could just like piggyback.
Or like subcontract this job.
Kind of? Or like get a crew together, like besides our own crew.
It'd be a short game.
Find somebody who'd be like, I want to find somebody who just say, you, well, we're all female characters, so you daughters of bitches, we're in.
Yeah, I mean, if you need muscle, you can hire muscle. That's not a problem. I mean, Resita will remind you that you all have succeeded so well because of your like stealthy, acrobatic, lock picking skills, and probably leaning into that would serve you better than trying to militarily take on a highly militarized society. Like, that seems like a losing battle.
No, I meant like, could we find somebody with a ship that could just like that we could sneak onto that would be able to get on?
Do we know anybody in port that we could maybe leverage their ship? Is that what you're going with, Will?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That they have a license.
Yes.
And so you'll like smuggle yourselves onto their ship.
Yes. Exactly.
With the package. Okay.
With the package.
That's a really interesting question. Give me a d20, Astrid.
I don't like it when you say that. 14.
14. You guys do know a couple of captains who occasionally trade with Andrel. None of them are going that way anytime soon.
So we probably have to grease their palms in order to do that, and we just spent most of our money.
So how capable would this spelljamming port be of handling multiple unexpected entries? Are they ready for 100 different vessels? If 4 different vessels showed up and one of them kind of got lost in the mess, is that likely to?
Are you talking
Yes.
more like a surprise invasion or like a lunch rush?
More like a lunch, like several vessels pop up out of nowhere, unexpected, and they're like,
So,
hey, you guys are
yeah.
all.
I think on Teresa's 13 history, again, Andrel is a highly advanced spelljamming society. You imagine dozens, maybe hundreds of ships are going through this port. And that's actually kind of what like Resita and Milana are thinking of, is like, you guys will just vanish like amongst all of it, right? Like, they're not going to completely lose track of you, but you don't think that they're going to be looking really, really, really closely at you, and or if they are, whatever your fucking thieves, just slip away.
So, obstacle 1, come up with a plausible reason for the spaceport why we have to stop there and pull that off to them. That seems reasonably easy for us. We're super lie-y.
Yeah, you're very, very competent at that, especially again, Milana talking.
Yeah. We could potentially say we're lost, but then it would not be explicable why we don't just turn around. we could say our pilot is incapacitated in some way and then come up with a reason why they're not seeking medical service from the spaceport, which we could probably do.
So, Eric, who would be a pretty plausible opposition force that might interest the planet's government as far as if we were to be attacked by them, and they might want to.
Yeah, give me a history check on that, Gita.
May I assist?
Sure.
Sorry, I don't have dice, so I have to use an online roller. I got a 19 with my +1.
So your impression is that Andrel actually trades pretty favorably with everyone, and no one wants to piss them off because they're such a strong military force. So as far as you know, they don't have any enemies.
Okay.
Because no one wants to throw down with these nutters.
So what I was thinking though was we could be. I'm a little biased, but I like our ship's damaged and we got attacked by somebody and we're in distress. That's why we didn't go to our original port. That's why we're here and we're not capable of making some other.
Probably
destination.
pirates. I would say probably pirates are the most irksome because the Andrel loves like law and order and doing things the right way, and pirates do not do that. So that's probably the best sell is pirates.
Okay.
Is there any chance that they would inspect our ship?
Yeah, 100%. They'll probably inspect your ship regardless. They're a pretty xenophobic society. So you guys, the impression you have is that they're gonna imprison you, they're gonna impound your ship, they're gonna search it, they might execute you. If not, they might let you go.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that concerned me about saying that the ship was damaged in some way because the Epiox is a small jammer, so it self-repairs. So,
Easier to fake illness or injury, especially if,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. All right.
especially if we said Astrid was the pilot. And Astrid was real sick.
I could make myself look like I'm on death's door.
But then they might freak out that we're going to spread some kind of illness through their nice military spaceport.
You could tell them
No.
that I haven't had any contact with anyone for, I don't know, a certain amount of time.
Tell them you just went through a bad breakup and you just can't fly. You just need time.
You know what? Milana can sell that. She's pretty sure. As you guys are all talking about this, Milana's like, I can sell that.
We could say that. Or that your whole family was killed by pirates.
I mean, Teresa comes from a pirate family. She could probably name some.
What are I know I'm human. What are the other two of us or the other members of our crew? What are our races?
Astrid is tiefling.
Teresa's human.
What if it's a tiefling infection? You know, like swine flu, but it doesn't affect humans.
My impression is that in the White Star setting that we're playing in, tieflings are not common. So
They are
we could totally
shockingly rare.
So we could totally make it sound like when a tiefling's heart gets broken, like it wrecks them physically or something.
I'm down.
I'm down for it. I
Okay.
think if Astrid's family was killed by pirates,
Killed by pirates, and yeah, tieflings have this emotional thing.
a strong emotional, physical bond.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell people pretty much anything about tieflings, and they'll believe it because nobody has any idea about them at all.
Excellent. Excellent.
Like, do I even know that's the name for what I am?
No, you're just like, I'm some goddamn half demon monstrosity. Awesome.
So then, okay, so hopefully they let us go. And we need some time for our pilot to recover. In the meantime, we slip off into the spaceport with our package, and we need to find likely marks for us to slip onto. Ideal would be like some kind of cargo ship. I'm thinking they've already inspected the cargo. The ship is not likely to be re-inspecting its own cargo. It would probably be large with a lot of places to hide. What do you guys think?
I like that idea. I like that idea because if we try to sneak onto a passenger ship, they probably have some kind of passenger manifest or something. Like a
So,
ticket.
with your disguise kit, though, that could give us good credentials that make it easier as long as no one looks closely enough to see through the disguise. And
Yeah, but if they ask for our tickets, we're fucked.
well, we could acquire someone's tickets and then KO them, take them someplace where they'll not be found for a little while, and use their likeness to disguise ourselves.
Totally
That's
something
true.
we could do, but that's another variable.
Yeah, and I also
Astrid could definitely conceal herself as well as the rest of the crew pretty well for like basic crew, you know, or like loaders or unloaders, like those kinds of things that no one's really going to look at very closely.
yeah.
All right.
Okay, so maybe look for a cargo ship where we can look like crew members, and potentially if Astrid gets like a bead on one of them, then she could just look like that crew member whenever questions come up and dispel those. Or we could just hide in a big shipping container. How long is the trip from the spaceport to the planet?
It's not long, it's a couple hours.
Okay, so we're not going to starve.
No.
And then I'm sure things will go wrong in the meantime that we can't plan for. But this seems like a good plan going forward with what we can plan for.
I agree.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Moana brings your passenger aboard. It's a young fellow in his
No!
probably late teens.
I do not recognize that name.
Motherfucker. Ben, did
Oh,
you know
God.
about this? Did you know about this, Ben?
Pretty sure he does because he changed his name
Damn
because
it.
he has the name on his window.
Oh, that was one of the best reactions.
I has a character sheet. I got to make some decisions.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is so weird. I kind of love it though.
Man.
So Moana brings your cargo on your package on board. Introduces him as Tosserin. Tell us a little bit about Tosserin, Ben.
Tosserin looks like everything he sees is brand new, and he's just sort of checking things out, and it seems like he gets a little anxious when things are out of order, and so not quite OCD, but things that are cluttered or messy tend to get him a little twisty. And as he's walking to settle somewhere in the ship, you get this faint hint of like ticking, and it's not necessarily something that that you associate with him immediately, but it's weird. It's weird, and he's a little awkward, but it's still kind of charming.
though?
Charmingly awkward. Hence his high dex score. Or not dex score, charisma score.
Charisma. Gotcha.
Awesome. And for Tosserin and Candace Benedict, Teresa, can you tell us a little about your character?
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't remember how old Teresa is. How old is Teresa?
Will, how old is Teresa?
I think we decided that Teresa was around 21, 22.
Yeah.
She's Gier Falcon's older half sister, and Gier's 17. So
Yeah.
she'd have to be, I don't know, 4 or 5 years older than him.
Yeah. I think
Oh
that's right.
yeah, Teresa's gonna 100% recognize Tosserin.
Oh shit.
She,
That was my first thought too.
she bought these guys drinks. I was just thinking that Ben knows Teresa pretty well because she was in that scene, but that means she recognizes Tosserin.
Oh my god, yes. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's clearly not, well, I don't know, give me an insight, actually, Teresa.
Gosh, it's another 3.
Looks like the same, it's the same dude. This guy was running with your younger brother, and like you're confused because you met this guy on Andrel,
Yeah.
and now someone's trying to smuggle him
Smuggle him
back on?
And I recently got Gier Falcon's
Yes.
sending. So as
Yep.
far as I know, Bellerin's like trapped somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere on the other side of the sphere, right? Like,
And does Tosserin introduce himself to us as Tosserin?
Yes.
good question. Yeah, well, yeah.
Yes.
How does Tosserin introduce himself?
Hi. Sorry, I'm Tosserin, and I'm just going to stay out of the way. I heard we're going on a trip. I've never been on a trip.
How old does Tosserin look? I mean, it looks. That was the
Yeah,
sheet.
2022.
In his 20s, so it's a little weird, right? This is his first trip.
A little weird. Give me a insight. Re-roll that insight, Teresa. Now that Tosserin is sharing this.
I hope it's not another 3. 19.
19? Okay. Yeah, so based on that, like either this is the same dude that you've met and his memory is wiped, or this is another guy. Maybe it's his dude's twin. Maybe you like are misremembering a little bit how that guy looked like, and it's just like, there's only a handful of people in the world, like I don't know if you've encountered this phenomenon, but like there's like, oh yeah, that's the same person that I knew, back in college. It's a different human being, but they're basically the same person.
Oh, holy shit. I just remembered something too. Astrid's on the run from Tosserin's father.
Yep.
Well, and remember,
but Astrid doesn't know who Tosserin's father is, and Tosserin doesn't know that.
But
And
Teresa's
remember,
about
Lizzie,
to find out.
you-
Wait, go ahead.
you have met Ben while drinking, and he has met you, and neither of you made that connection too well.
Oh yeah, like in real life
Yep.
example. Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah. What was Bellerin's last name?
It's his it's Bellerin of Brawl. So he's never given a house name. He just says where he's from.
Okay. Okay, so Tosserin. Okay, so based on that insight, Teresa doesn't think that Tosserin is Bellerin faking it. It's
No.
either like Bellerin mind wiped or Bellerin's twin
Yep.
brother or
Yep. Or just someone who looks really familiar and you're misremembering.
off-brand Bellerin.
Right.
Okay.
Brother.
Tosserin of Brawl?
It's the only place I've ever been. So sure, that sounds official.
Huh. You ever do any adventuring, Tosserin?
Oh God, no, that's very, very disorderly. My dad doesn't want me doing any adventuring. He just wants me involved in the family business.
On Andril?
Well, he said I'd know what to do when I got there.
Do you?
I guess. I haven't been any place new, but he said when I got there that I'd get instructions and I'd know what to do.
You got any brothers or sisters, Tosserin?
There's a lot of pictures of me at the house doing things that I do not recall doing, and so I really couldn't tell you, but it's been a weird few days. Apparently, I've been sick, but I woke up and I'm not remembering things. But Mom and Dad have been really taking good care of me. It's been odd. I've had a weird couple months.
I met them after graduation.
Yep.
And Tosserin has no piercing.
No. Yes, that's right. He does not.
I would know that those are really difficult to remove. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Leave them. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, welcome aboard, Tosserin.
Thanks.
Awesome. Love it. Okay. So yeah, Teresa, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah. So Teresa is Falcon's older sister. She is very confident, friendly, outgoing, a little bit cocky. Likes to have a good time, but is clearly very business focused.
Awesome.
So
Gita?
Sam did give me some background, and so
Good.
I just want to go ahead and say this. So Sam's got Teresa, a confident, extremely lucky human to whom things come
Oh, lucky.
effortlessly.
Definitely lucky. Yes.
Yeah. Gita's a little bit in awe of her, almost like a younger sister, and she's an older sister. She treats you well, has a smile, and you've been through some scrapes. And I think that's just kind of some other stuff. So yeah, so that's my understanding of that same stuff. So
Great. Gita, do you want to give us just a little high-level view of what Gita is like? And
yeah, so Gita grew up on Namara and was a forester for a long time, and went further into the forest one time and wound up in the Shadowfell for a while. I don't know how much of this. I assume all of this is pretty open.
actually, no, I don't think Gita has told anyone that.
Whoops. Okay, Sam's giving me his whole backstory, so I'm just oversharing right now.
We've never shared our backstories out of character.
Or in character.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's very much like, you're a whole ship of rogues. Like, everyone's playing their cards right here.
Got it. I'm gonna be quiet now.
Can I try?
Let's see what Astrid has to say.
I was just gonna say Gita is kind of the closest thing that we have to muscle. She's kind of our heavy, like she's gonna be the first person to draw blood, but she does it in a very cold and dispassionate way.
Yeah, so yeah, Sam gave me the example of she just like freaking murdered a dude after it was clear that he was not going to be valuable. He was a liability because we were going to disguise ourselves as him.
She's done that twice.
Twice? Oh, okay. He only told me about the one.
No, she's done that in the last 2 games.
They all start to blend together.
Sam's just such a murder hobo.
Oh, start to blend together.
He's such a goody two shoes in real life, though.
Okay, this is much better. Let's describe the other characters rather than describe yourselves. So, Teresa, can you describe Astrid?
Oh yeah. Astrid can lie her way out of anything. She can be anybody, be anywhere, say anything, do anything, and she can cover it. She is like, I don't know. She is a master at rolling out of any situation. Yeah, that's what I'd say about Astrid.
I use the term grifter.
You know, it's kind of more than that though. Like her extemporaneous skills at just like like Grift is just like planning to fuck people over, but Astrid is just like in a heartbeat. She's got the words for it. Like gets caught in a lie, spins another lie. So that's what I'd say about Astrid.
That's true. God damn, I remember that the last time. Like Astrid just had it going.
Yep.
That
And
was my-
and
think
I
that
think
was
she's a
my
little
best-
addicted to it. I think that there's times where we didn't need to do that to get out of a scrape, but Astrid's like, oh, I could lie.
it
That's
is-
my impression. Oh, and she's got this magic fucking top hat. She puts on her top hat, and bam, she's another person.
Amazing.
True.
I've got that
Sorry.
Astrid is shifty and seems to be independent, but is amazing at impersonating others and getting the ship like Han Solo pilot, just crazy good at flying the ship.
That's
Oh,
Teresa.
Teresa's
Teresa's the pilot. Yep.
We're just pretending that Astrid's the pilot, so she can lie about it.
I have
Okay,
high tips, but I
like
don't-
verbatim what Sam has written here is, but she is amazing at impersonating others and getting the ship into places it couldn't otherwise get. So I assume that's like
Oh,
Not
that's
flying.
forgery, not flying. That was
Yeah.
a
yeah, our first
misinterpretation.
game. I impersonated an officer in the Elven fleet and convinced them to let us dock.
Yeah.
First
That's
of
what
course.
Sam was me. That's what Sam meant by that.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah, crime basically.
Yeah.
All right. Amazing. I think I kind of want to do that going forward. Just have people introduce other characters.
That was really
Meet my friend Astrid.
Yep. Okay, you guys toss her in. You get like a little cabin to yourself. You guys head off to Andrel from the Rock and Ball. It's a pretty short trip. Just a couple of days. You hit a simple bounce point. It's also very safe, very low piracy risk. There's not a lot that fuck with this space lane because the Andrel Navy will fuck them up. So you all are approaching the end of the route, and you're all on your rolls. So Teresa's piloting, Rosita's in the captain's chair, Gita is on engineering, Astrid's on gunnery, Milan is on communication. Tosseran's actually on the bridge as you're approaching Andrel.
And Tosseran has located like not playing cards, but little cards of various instructions for the ship, probably stuff that's never been read ever. And he has stacked on a flat surface on the bridge this massive, elaborate structure that seems not to waver when the ship turns or anything. It is flawless.
So he's made
And
a
he-
house of cards out of instruction manuals.
And he has in his mage hand is a third hand helping him do all of this. It's not okay.
Teresa keeps looking over at Gita like, can you believe this shit? Like, do you believe this guy?
Yeah.
Is this real? Is this really what we're doing?
Astrid overhears that and is really, really strongly fighting the urge to mess it up with her Mage Hand Legerdemon.
Mage hand fight! Mage hand fight! All right, so you guys are on the Epiox. You come out of spell jamming speeds. You come out, Teresa, earlier than you expected, and it's immediately apparent why. A blast of energy goes past the right wing. A blast of energy slams into the ship. You hear some damage down deep in the hull of the ship. Some important part has been damaged. You are in the middle of a battle. Roll initiative. Teresa, just for the ship.
12.
Well, okay. 20. All right.
Tosseran's little house fall down?
Give me an Arcana check, Tosseran. You can use my dice if you want.
10 on the initiative, by the way.
When you shoot a ship, we'll just do ship initiative.
Oh,
11.
11 Arcana. Nope. The books go scattering all over the place. The bridge is now difficult terrain because of these manuals scattered everywhere. So if you want to move, it's going to be hard to navigate it.
Tosrin is annoyed. Seriously annoyed.
So the ship gets shuttered. You guys are in the middle of a space battle. You see dozens of beams of energy being laced around all over the place. You see 3 ships that are huge disc-like ships that are in combat with a handful of damselfly ships that are kind of skittering all around. And it looks like a huge mess. All right, on initiative count 20, a dragonfly does not spot you. On 16, you all are hailed. Milana kind of looks over and is like, should I? Milana actually, she just like says yes, like what the fuck is going on? She answers the hail. On your view screen comes up a massive spherical creature with 10 eye stalks bulging out of it is glaring at you. In the background, you all hear like a little musical sort of thing. It's very discordant. Like you're looking at this horrible monstrosity that you all recognize as a beholder. In the background, behind the beholder, you hear and there's a bunch of other beholders all in the background that from which this whistling is emanating. This beholder that's in your view screen glares at you and says, "Humans, join us and help us find the prophet or die." That's on their count. All right, Epiox. So Racita's gonna have comms go first because your shields are not up yet. Piloting to try to navigate around this shit. Captain, engineering, gunnery because we're not shooting anything probably. All right, so on comms, Milana raises the shields. Piloting.
Let's see. So I'm guessing we just want to get the heck out of here.
Get the heck out of here. I mean, for sure evasive maneuvers because you guys have taken some heavy fire already.
But we don't have any CP yet.
That is correct.
So I don't know what Racita wants me to do right now.
Oh, that's a good point. Sorry. Yeah, maybe that was a little bit hasty on her part. She's like, "Shit, just get us out of here!" And you're like, "I can't. I don't have enough power.
I can't do anything."
I can't do anything." So you might just need to. Well, okay. Let's see.
I can do my duty and generate command points for someone else. Oh, wait, let me pull up the
Yeah, because engineering can also get you some speed.
Yeah. Let's see. Who's going last? Is engineering going last?
Gunnery's last. Engineering. Gita is second to last.
Okay. Sorry, I need to pull up these mechanics.
Yep, that's all right. It's a lot to figure.
Boring. That's too much bad.
So yeah, you can do above and beyond. Or you can just man your station.
No, I'll go above and beyond by attempting to pilot away. Or at least I will go above and beyond by angling our ship in such a way that when we take off, it will be favorable.
Okay. Are you going to use your spell jamming skill then?
Yes, I sure will. And what's the
It's going to be a DC 10.
Okay. Easy peasy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a 23.
Okay, so that gives you how many 3 command points?
2. I think that just gives us.
What's your it's your proficiency?
Oh, it's my
though.
proficiency. Okay, 3.
Okay, great. All right. So yeah, you are trying to navigate around to help out others. The captain is going to give support departments to engineering, so they can use 2 fewer command points. And then engineering, Gita.
Boost
So
engines.
you can boost engines, you can do damage control, or you can do emergency repairs.
So what?
You guys don't know what system's been damaged.
Okay. Is there what would we have to do to figure out what system is damaged and how important that was?
That's a good question. You're probably going to have somebody deal with crisis. So someone's going to have to go off of their part of the vessel. I mean, Tosserin's just standing there, and he's scattered shit all over the bridge, so he's available to deal with shit.
Okay, but the last time we sent our cargo,
you almost
they
faked
almost
your-
fell out the fucking ship.
I thought exactly, Lizzie.
Teresa has tried this and it has burned her before. We almost lost a cat person.
Yes, you did almost lose
So-
your cat person. So Gita, at this point, probably your best bet is to boost the engine and try to.
Gita's gonna
guys
stick to
go
the
after.
old aviate, navigate, communicate. So we're gonna get us as much aviation as we can. And
Okay, awesome. Do you have a tool proficiency? Your thieves tools. So go ahead and
Yes.
roll dexterity with your proficiency bonus added to it.
8.
Ooh, that is not good. All right, you're trying to get the engines to go, and they are just sputtering. The ship maybe took too much damage in that hit.
Okay. Yeah, Gita's trying to hit it with the wrench like the Russian space station. And it's not doing the thing.
Oh my god, I love
I
it.
have, the-
Okay.
I have Thieves Tool proficiency too. Can I help?
No, it's purely up to the engineer. Okay, so that did cost half of your spell jamming points. So
But they reset at the end of the round. Oh, the spell jamming. Never
spell
mind.
jamming, not command points. Yeah. So
Well, I know what I'm doing.
8.
I was having trouble deciding, but now I think I've decided.
Okay, gunnery. There's a ton of targets here, frankly. This is a target-rich environment, is what they call this. There's 3 of these disc things. There's probably 4 dragonflies kind of swarming them. The dragonflies right now are not doing so hot because they're a much smaller ship than these discs. You think the discs are probably about 30 to 40 tons.
Honestly, I was thinking about just putting a first level spell slot into the helm.
That would probably be the better way to go, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it is either us or them for these dragonflies, and that would maybe get the beholders off our asses for a second. But let's go with the sure thing. So I'll put 1 first level spell slot into the helm.
Awesome. All right, since you guys have a greater helm, that gives you 2 SP back, so you're back up to 10, which is good. Okay, and then the other dragonfly that's close to you also does not pay attention to you. Okay, anybody who has spelljammer proficiency? Is it just Teresa? Give me an intelligence spelljamming. Everybody else, give me a history check, please. Tosser, that includes you.
Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to figure out what my intelligence spell jamming would be because the sheet Sam made me just says +9, but I'm guessing that's with my dex proficiency added in.
Yeah, I don't think you're. No, because your spell jamming, he did the whatever the heck, the double.
So
thing.
yeah, so it doubles my proficiency. So that's
So it's plus
6.
5 total. Yeah, because you get +6 and then -1 for intelligence, so +5.
okay.
Good.
23.
13 history. Oh, wow. Okay, toss her in. These circular vessels, especially having seen the view field, they are beholder vessels. Teresa, on a 23, you know that these are beholder vessels. You also know most beholder vessels are very unique in appearance because each ship has their own like aesthetic ideal. These ships look like they were originally more like distinct and unique, but that they have been modified to look more similar, which is not how you understand beholders do things. So it's very odd. It also seems like the three of them are working in concert, which again, you have never heard of beholders working together.
Yeah, is it weird that there was even a ship full of beholders?
No, often they'll have multiple beholders on one ship. That's not surprising at all. They're usually all of a similar type or identical type, but each ship is like vehemently opposed to every other ship.
Gotcha.
So the fact that these three ships, you see them like doing battle with these damselflies, it looks like they're working in concert instead of attacking each other, which is usually what they do.
Right.
So that is freaking weird. Okay, top of the initiative, the other dragonfly, still missing you. Did anybody answer the beholder that's on the view screen in front of you about working for them?
Give us a second while we get our weapons together.
All right, give me a deception check, Teresa.
19.
Ooh, wow. Okay. All right. The beholders discontinue communication and progress to fire upon the Epiox. Two blasts of energy come at the ship. One of them hits. Okay, you guys got your shields up now, which is good. So on that first hit, you guys took 3 hull points of damage. This blast, you take 8 damage to your shields. Shields are down to 7.
Okay. So what's the
okay.
hull? What is the hull at?
Hull is at 12 and shields are at 7.
Okay.
Okay, Epiox. Okay, Resita. Yeah, Resita forgot that she needs to generate command points for people. So she's going to go first, and then comms to generate command points, and then gunnery to generate command points, and then piloting, and then engineering. So she's going to support department for piloting to get you the hell out of here. Comms is going to do your duty. Gunnery, Astrid.
I'm going to go above and beyond and try to stealth our way and sneak us out of here.
Ooh, nice. All right, great. Go ahead and roll that.
Okay. Oh, fuck. That was a nat 1 for a total of 11.
Oh my god! Roll a 1, get an 11. Well, it's a DC 10, so that gives you another 3 command points. So you have 4 command points plus the 2 that the captain gave to Teresa to do piloting things.
If I know how this works as well as I think I do, that will not happen if I roll another 1 again.
What's Tosserin doing while all this is going down?
The House of Cards is back. There's still the manuals all over the place, but you hear massive ticking and you hear a distant clock alarm, and it is back and it is unwavering. Minor illusion has been cast. He has his whoopee.
Ridiculous. Okay, pilot Teresa.
All right. How many command points have we generated?
So you generated 4, and then Teresa or Rosita's giving you -2 to any actions that you're taking. So you can spend up to 6 if you wanted to.
Okay, well let's escape combat and do some evasive maneuvers. So here is the evasive maneuvers roll. That is a 19.
That is very good, but your DC is 20 because it's going to be against 2 or more ships.
Gosh. Okay. Then I will roll for escape combat.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my luck on that.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, I dropped it off my table. That is a 26.
Holy shit. Okay. I don't think the beholders will get you, and neither will the Andrel, maybe. All right, and your helm, holy shit, Major Helm regenerates 20 spell points per round, spell jamming points per round. So I think for future reference, casting spells into it, unless you're going to use that immediately, that turn is not going to do much for you.
Gotcha.
Okay, so evasive maneuvers, you guys use 2 SP, and then escape combat, you use 4 SP, so that's 6 SP down. Yeah, I mean, you guys are almost never going to burn through all of your SP because it regenerates so strongly.
All right. Teresa turns around and is like, hey, TikTok, go check out the damage in the ship carefully.
Okay, and off I go. And do I slip on?
Give me acrobatics.
That would be its own
I
reward.
may slip. Let's see. Acrobatics is okay. It's a 6.
All right, you tell the clockwork guy to go check out the damage. He turns around and his foot hits one of the manuals that he put, slides right down on his back. You get back up?
I'm okay. Yes.
You know what, TikTok? You know what? Just keep building your tower. Don't you set a foot anywhere else on this ship. We got this.
All right. And prestidigitation, 1 square cube has been completely cleaned of
Nice.
of manuals.
That one that I slipped on, you go back into the pile.
And the stack is right next to Teresa, so she can see how good he's doing, and loud ticking. Probably not noticing that.
Oh my god, amazing. Okay, other damsel flying notices you guys. They don't even bother hailing you before they open fire. That's gonna be 2 hits. D4s. 8 points of damage. The shields are down. We'll probably need to replenish those if we can get to it. And then, oh yeah, engineering. You don't have any command points, so you really can't do anything.
Engineering could go.
Yeah, I was gonna say engineering would like to go see what's broke.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Because
Yes,
his spot will continue to generate CP, right?
Yes, exactly. Yep. Okay,
Also-
good. Yeah.
Also, I think Geet is the best one to navigate difficult terrain.
Yeah, it's true.
Gita, go ahead and give me an acrobatics check.
Oh no, why? It's 12.
12 is plenty.
Okay.
It just needs to not be a 6. All right. You almost slip in a couple of the papers that your package is scattered around the bridge, but make your way down to the ship. Go ahead and give me investigation as you're down here looking around to see what the hell is going on.
All right. So I mutter, damn TikTok and his damn books, and I get a 19 investigation.
Oh, 19. Okay, yeah. It looks like both your invisibility and greater invisibility generators have been knocked offline.
Okay. Do I have any capacity to remedy that situation?
Probably not in this short span of time.
Okay.
But you might be able to, back in your engineering role, so you can run back over the bridge and see what you can like kind of rig things together from up there.
Got it. Okay. I'm going to go back towards my station and relay that we've got our invisibility is offline. We have no chance of using that, but I'm going to work on it.
Okay, great. All right, top of the initiative. The other dragonfly still is not spotting you. The beholder ship takes aim and fires. That's a miss. And there's a fire without aiming. That's a hit. 8 points of damage to the hull. You guys are down to, you got 0 shields, 4 hull points left. The Epiox is taking massive damage from these beholder ships.
We want to take a crisis.
Oh, yeah, that's not a bad idea. You guys want to take a crisis instead of that hit?
Crisis.
Take a
Let's
crisis?
take a crisis.
Take a crisis. All right, Teresa, you asked for it. Roll your d20.
All right. 1.
1. Okay, armor loss. Armor of the ship is melted. Armor class is reduced by 2.
Shit.
Yeah, not the worst thing. Okay, Epiox. So the order is going to be. Okay, so you're back at the engineering. I think we're still going to prioritize. Okay, so comms is going to need some points to raise the shields again. How much does raising shields cost? Raise shields is going to cost 2 CP. Okay, so the captain's going to go first, then comms, then I think that honestly, I think Rosita is going to put more faith in Teresa getting you out of here than Gita fixing the invisibility generators. No offense to
Gita likewise has the same faith disposition.
Okay, so captain goes, subtracts 2 from comms to support department. Comms raises shields equal to the ship's tonnage. Okay, great. The shields are fully back in power. Good idea taking that critical hit. Gunnery.
All right. I'm gonna go above and beyond.
Okay.
I'm going to use investigation to look around where we are and try and find the quickest, most efficient way the hell out of here.
All right, awesome.
It's an 18 total.
All right, 18. Great. You guys got 3 CP from that. Engineering. So there realistically, there's two good choices for you. I think at this point in engineering, you could go above and beyond, and if you're successful, then pilot will have 6 CP to try to do evasive maneuvers and escape again, or you could call it safe and just do your duty, which will give her enough CP to still try and escape maneuver.
Okay, I think I will. So I need to use a skill to go above and beyond. I'm sorry, I've never played Spelljammer,
right.
so yeah.
Yep.
Wait, how many CP are we at now? Are we at 4?
Good 3.
Okay.
Yep.
We used 2 to raise shields, and then I just generated 3.
Yep.
And the captain
Ah.
didn't support department. What'd the captain do?
She supported department for comms, so that was the 2 CP that
Gotcha.
Milani used to raise the shields back up.
Gotcha.
All right. So Ida's gonna use her survival skills to try to get everything squared away as far as fires on the deck and
Okay,
make sure
awesome.
that everything's given Teresa the best environment to execute these maneuvers. So
very cool.
that's a natural 1 with a +5.
Wow, you guys are knocking it out of the park on these rolls.
Oh Lord.
All right, so actually that's a bit of a problem because Teresa, you only got
Yes.
3 CP
I
now.
don't have enough to get escape.
Oh, shit.
I'll just have to do some evasive maneuvers.
All right. So this is TC 20.
Gosh and heck. All right. 23.
Oh, hey, okay, great. So that will impose disadvantage on attacks to you, which is going to be pretty huge. Because right now you've got you've got one of these damsel flies coming after you, and one of these beholder ships coming after you.
Hate each other. What the heck?
Tosser in any actions?
The next cubic foot that's going to be cleaned via prestidigitation is slowly making a clear pathway through the bridge.
Okay, awesome. I'll say that you've cleared the bridge of the most dangerous of the debris. Excellent. Okay, damselfly is going to attack. It's going to do this with disadvantage. That's a miss, and then another. That's a miss. Back to the top. Another damselfly that's near you spots you guys. Takes a couple of shots. That's a miss. Disadvantage. That is a hit. Shields take 2 points of damage. The shields are at 13. Unless you guys want to take a crisis on that.
Not right now.
Okay. Holders go. They're going to aim and fire, so they're going to shoot flat. That's a hit. I'll take a crisis for that.
What do you guys think? We still haven't fixed the last crisis. Our shields are
You got 13 points of shields, which is pretty good.
yeah, our
Yeah.
shields are still up. I suggest we take the hit.
I think that's
let's
the
tank that.
All right, 6 points of damage to your shields. The shields are still at 7, which is not too bad.
Right back where we were
Another
Yeah,
shot at
back where we
you.
started.
2 rounds ago.
Yeah, you're right. Shields 7, health points at 12. All right, and that is a miss on their second hit. All right, so ship. I think Rashid is going to keep the order the same. So captain, comms, gunnery, engineering, piloting to try to get the hell out of here. Okay, so Rashid is going to support department for piloting. Comms is going to do her duty. Gunnery.
I have kind of, let's see. Is engineering going next?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do my duty.
So you need 2 CP. So you have 4 right now. Gita, gunnery.
so. If I do my duty, we've got enough to try to get out of here.
Actually, at this point, doing your duty is probably not going to buy anything.
Oh,
Because right now you have 2 CP and then -2. So Teresa can do an escape combat. If you do above and beyond and generate 3 CP, she can do escape combat and evasive maneuvers.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we're in a position that we have enough if you fail that we can escape.
Right.
But
Okay,
if you do above and beyond, we'll have enough to evade.
Got it. All right. So Gita's going to use her perception to try and find some sort of debris or other material out in space and direct Teresa's attention to it.
Awesome.
as an escape mechanism. That is an 18.
Great. That is enough. So you had 3 CP, so you got 7 total, Teresa. How are you spending these guys?
All right. This is for evasive maneuvers. That is 11.
Not good enough.
I didn't think so. This is like not a good rolling night. This
Right.
is for escape combat.
Okay.
All right, that's a 28.
Ooh, wow. That's the one you wanted on, honestly.
It's fair. It's fair.
All right, you guys have 2 points of escape combat. One more is going to get you out of this mess.
Remember when we were worried we'd have to fake damage to our ship?
The irony is not lost on.
We'd have to make up a story about how we got attacked.
I was gonna say I don't know if Eric planned it this way or if this was him trying to help us.
Okay, the other damselfly is going to take a couple of shots at you. That's 1 hit. For 1 point of damage. Your shield's not too bad. That is 6. All right, top of the order. At the top of the initiative order, you guys see a huge vessel, a full 100-ton, largest ship that can spelljamming speed, come out of spelljamming speeds. It's flying the white flag of Andrel, and it is a 100-ton Cuddle Command ship, and it just starts laying waste to fucking everything. Go on 19. Okay, this is a big old ship. Okay, the damselfly that's or the other damselfly that's chasing you guys shoots 1 hit, 3 points of damage to the shields. Your shields are down to 3. All right, the Cuddle Command is just indiscriminately shooting at everybody. It's aiming at the beholder ships. It's aiming at you. Yeah, you guys, you are definitely included in everything. So it's shooting at the beholder ships. Both of those miss. More shots at the beholder ships. Both of those miss. Shot at you guys. One of those is a hit. This thing is throwing some pretty heavy heat, so you can, if you want to avoid this hit, you can, or you can take it. What do you think? You guys have three shield points left, 12 hull points.
Feel confident we're going to escape on the next one. However, we may take some damage between now and then. I suggest we take a crisis. What do you guys think?
I was thinking crisis too.
Yeah.
We only have 1 whole point left, so
Guns that big, yeah.
if it goes because if it goes through that, I can't imagine it's going to be a love tap.
And we'll have to waste points on raising our shields again.
Yes.
So, crisis.
Great. Roll it.
20.
Oh, what fresh hell is this?
Now I roll a 20.
Air
Air loss. Acute.
That's not bad. You guys are close to a planet, so you should be
Oh,
able to,
yeah.
yeah. Reducing the amount of air by 1 day's worth. That's
Aw.
basically the best thing that could possibly have happened.
Yeah,
to
that's
you.
the ice cream of crises.
Okay, so you guys dodged that.
Now, whenever you watch this episode title,
Ice cream of crises.
Okay, beholder ship hits you guys again, and that is 7 points of damage. Your shields are down. Beholder ship's going to shoot again. That's another hit. That's 6 hull points of damage.
So we're at 6 for our
You
hull.
guys are at 6 and 0 shields. Yep. Okay, Epiox. I think. Crap. I think Chris. Well, okay. Rosita's like, Teresa, can you get us out of here this turn?
I sure can.
All right, she's not gonna raise shields then. So she says to Milana, all right, Milana, how about with Teresa? So Rosita supports department, Milana does her duty, gunnery.
Shit. We need 3 more points, don't we?
You only need one more actually, because you're getting -2 for support department from the captain.
Oh, by all means, I'm going to do my duty.
Okay, awesome. So now at least you have the minimum for Teresa to escape. Gita, do you want to do Welcome Beyond again?
Yeah. Gita's going to do some acrobatics and try to take care of the airlock crisis and
okay.
try to mitigate that a little bit and
Okay, so what does acrobatics look like dealing with this?
getting around all of the debris on the ship and
Okay.
trying to locate and get to wherever these breaches might be and help
Awesome.
tamp
All
that
right,
down.
great. Give me a roll.
18.
That's it. Good. You
Nice.
just DC 10. All right, Teresa, evasion first.
Evasive maneuvers first. That's an 11. That is my third one.
That's incredible.
Night. What the hell? This is for escape. 27.
All right, 27 is good. You guys, you guys escaped from the beholder ships. You escaped from the damselfly. As you are moving around this massive battle engagement, you see a couple of hammerhead ships come out of spelljamming speeds to attack the beholder ships. And as you're kind of arching around to like get around this thing, this huge Cuddle Command capital ship sends just like a casual blast of energy your direction that hits the Epiox, and the ship starts spinning out of control, heading towards the planet. The Epiox is in free fall as you guys are plummeting towards the planet's surface. Any actions attempt to mitigate or survive this disaster?
Can Teresa get control of the ship at all?
Controls are not responsive.
Gita's going to take some rope and try to tie people down so that we've got some sort of restraint so that we don't
Give me
fall
a
around.
sleight of hand. Give me a sleight of hand. Do we still have that in edition?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm proficient in that. I'm going to assist.
Okay,
Give me with advantage, Gita.
so that's my 22.
Awesome. All right, Astrid. Any action? Oh, you're helping.
Yeah.
Tosserin?
I am staying out of the way.
Okay.
Teresa yells like, "You got any magic that can stop a ship in free fall, TikTok?"
What? No.
TikTok, just hold still while I tie you down.
What the hell kind of taxi is this?
All right, Gita's going around, tying everyone down, secured. You guys, boom, boom, the ship is spinning. You're getting lightheaded as the G's increase, and it crashes into the earth with a shocking jolt. Everybody give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
What have we crashed into? Do we know?
Wow.
The ground. Andro, we've crashed into Andro.
Yes, you crashed into the planet.
Well, this is going worse and better
How
than
fortunate!
I thought it was.
I am terrified to think of what the DC is to this as I type in my roll.
Yeah, me too. In fact, I'm gonna be lucky again. Okay, that's better.
Do we have inspiration points, Eric?
I believe you each have at least one. It should be in your sheet.
Oh, let me look up those. You sent us new inspiration, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's see the new inspiration mechanics.
I'm just gonna hold with in solidarity with TikTok.
Oh, it doesn't say how many points we have.
I think we each have one.
Okay. And just remember, we can't be altruistic.
Right.
We lose it if we're altruistic. But if we are dramatic, we get it back.
Eric.
Yeah.
I would love to hear how you can explain how crashing our fucking ship into the earth is not dramatic.
Well, are your actions dramatic?
Yeah.
Is the real question.
The ship gets its inspiration back, but do we?
Incredible. All right, Astrid, give me a 1d20, please.
13.
Astrid, you have a horrible scar. You're disfigured to the extent that the wound can't easily be concealed. You have disadvantage on charisma persuasion checks. And
No.
advantage on charisma intimidation checks.
No.
Teresa, give me a 1d20.
I don't even have proficiency in persuasion. That's
7.
That's not the worst thing in the world to happen to me.
Internal injury. Whenever you attempt an action in combat, you must make a DC 15 con save. On failed save, you lose your action and you cannot use reactions until the start of your next turn.
Fuck.
Tosser, give me a d20.
14.
Festering wound. Your hit point maximum is reduced by 1 every 24 hours. The wound persists. All right, the ship crashes into the earth. You are all knocked unconscious by the massive amount of damage that you take. You regain consciousness an indeterminate amount of time later. You have these permanent injuries. Tosserin, there's something that penetrated your abdomen, something dirty, and you've got a horrible wound there. Teresa, you feel like there's something inside that's not right. And Astrid, some piece of machinery fell on you and scarred your face. You were bleeding, the blood has stopped, but you've got this horrible wound on your face. Gita, you managed to make it out reasonably well, and it was only because of Gita's amazing sleight of hand that you guys did not roll for more permanent damages. You had the opportunity to collect up to 3 permanent injuries by crashing into the ground. So good job, Gita.
Are Rosita and Milana okay?
Rosita and Milana are dead.
Shit.
You guys wake up, search through the rubble, and find that that you find Rosita's body, you find Milana's body. They're not breathing.
No. Sleight of hand. Does Rosita have anything good on her?
Good question. Absolutely. Rosita does
Teresa's
have,
trying to be kind of
yeah. Go
healthy
ahead,
about this.
So do 2 things for me. Give me a sleight of hand and then give me a stealth.
okay. Sleight of hand is 18 and stealth is 22.
Everybody else give me a perception check, please.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
The fuck?
2. Tossman's freaking right out.
Oh, what are your totals, Gita and Astrid?
My 28.
Jesus.
Remember back when the ship was crashing?
Gita kind of peers over Teresa's shoulder. What you got there?
I don't know. What do I have?
Teresa, you get, you know that Rosita has a hat that she always has on, which is a very nice fine hat. She also has a necklace with a little amulet on it, which you've never seen her use. You don't know what it does, but she always makes sure to have it on. She also has a ring and some very fine boots.
Teresa, what the fuck are you doing?
Rosita has to have a family. Don't you think they'd want something from her dead body?
Besides, she's not using it.
Hat, ring,
Shut up, Gita.
boots.
Rosita was the only person that ever caught me. I'm never going to have a chance to get anything by her again. and then Astrid just kind of storms off to be by herself for a minute.
Great. Astrid, give me a perception check, please.
10.
10? Okay, great. Okay, Teresa, so you make note of that.
Teresa looks at Gita like, you want any of this stuff?
So Gita would like to use detect magic to see if there's anything special about any of the items on Reseda.
Yes, all four of those things that Teresa noted are magical. The hat has illusion magic on it. The necklace has evocation magic on it. The ring has abjuration magic on it, and the boots have transmutation magic on it.
This lady was loaded. Gita, I don't have a hat. Everybody else seems to be getting hats. I'll take the hat if you don't want it.
Teresa plops the hat on Gita's head.
Thanks, Teresa.
You know, put anything else on, Teresa, or just stuff in your bag?
She'll put the ring in the well. God, Astrid's gonna throw another little fit about this, isn't she? She'll put it in her bag for now.
It's possible you could talk her down.
Okay, Tosser, what's Tosser doing while all this is going on? So you see they're looking over the body of their dead companions. One of them walks off. You were in this ship. You were supposed to be taken to this city, and now you're fucking crash landed.
Tosserin is starting to unspool. This is not orderly. This is not okay, and this is not what Father promised.
Nice. All right. So Tosserin's just having his little unspooling moment. Astrid, walking off, you're not really looking at anything, but you're looking around a little bit of where you're at. This is a desolate, bleak place.
Is it that way because we crashed there, or has it always been?
No. It is that way because there is no plant life, or the plant life that does exist. Like you see some trees and they're like burned out, like old trunks and branches, no leaves on them. The ground is gray as far as you can see, like this kind of muddy gray, kind of clay type thing. Almost as far as you can see, like there is no plant life, there's no animal life. The ground itself is kind of torn up, like it's not like flat, it's like undulating. And you see, the path that the Epiox took gouged a huge furrow in the land. So you're just you're kind of looking around like there is fucking nothing here.
Oh, I don't like this. I'm gonna go back onto the ship.
Okay.
What's left of the how destroyed is the ship?
Give me a intelligence spell jamming check.
13.
13. So you do know that small jammers can heal. You think your small jammer is dead. You don't see a way that the Epiox can recover from this. You think that the actual organism of the small jammer, like you know that it doesn't have a consciousness, but you know that it's a living entity. You think that this entity is dead.
Ship's dead. Strip everything valuable you can off it. We're gonna need it.
He is going to get to work looking around to see what's carryable and valuable, both for survival and actual monetary value.
Yeah, whatever food and water is on there, whatever parts of the Spelljammer we think we could sell and carry.
Is Astrid back on the bridge?
Give me a survival check, Gita. And Teresa, with that, with the Spelljammer check you already rolled, You don't think that there's anything of a practical size that you could carry. Like
Okay.
the shield generator is still intact, but like carrying that thing around is going to take like all 4 of you or a cart or something. So there's nothing. There's no part of the ship that you think you could bring.
Anything good on Milana?
Yeah. Gita, what'd you get for survival?
23 on the survival check.
Okay, great. Okay, so Tosser's having his moment. Astrid's off, kind of sulking. Gita's rummaging around. Teresa, you're going to check out Milana. Milana is decked out. She has been holding out as far as you can tell with regards to what all she has. So you find 2 wands on her person, or what you assume are wands. You find a bracelet, nice golden bracelet. You find a ring that's studded with emeralds. You find she has a couple of earrings, some very nice earrings, diamond earrings that are a pair. She also has I don't know if you guys have seen like the ear cage things. Like she's got this kind of intricate golden cage around one of her ears. She has a silver anklet with like some little jangly bits on it. And she has a toe ring that looks like it's brass, maybe?
Is Gita's detect magic still up?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you think, Gita? Is any of this stuff shimmery?
Yes, it's all magical. So the bracelet is abjuration magic. The emerald ring is evocation. The earrings, the diamond earrings, are illusion. The golden ear cage is enchantment. The anklet is transmutation. And the toe ring is conjuration.
All right. What about the wands?
Oh, thank you. Yes, the wands. One of them is evocation, and one of them is conjuration.
Teresa is going to, in view of everybody, put all this stuff into a single bag and be like,
Okay.
we'll figure out what this stuff is and what's worth keeping and what's worth selling when we get to that point. And she goes to Astrid and fixes Rosita's amulet around Astrid's neck and says she would have wanted you to have this.
Astrid kind of looks down, trying to pulls her hat over her eyes so that no one sees her. See tears welling up in her eyes, and says, "Didn't catch me this time." And just and then turns around and doesn't bother thanking Teresa, but it's kind of communicated by the way she made eyes with Teresa right before she got it.
Now that seems taken care of, Teresa puts on the ring and the boots.
All right, Astrid, write down Rosita's necklace, please. Teresa, when you put on the boots, first of all, they're very comfortable. They like shape themselves beautifully to your feet. And as you're kind of walking around, you feel like a little bit of like a spring in your step.
Did I get another pair of boots of striding and springing?
How high can a lion jump, Lizzie?
It does not take you much experimentation to figure out that, yes, these help you jump.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, you guys finish rifling through the ship. So, Gita, what was your survival check?
23.
23, nice. All right, you are able to pull out all of the food all of the water, some of it was damaged, especially the water. You also had some plants that you all used for sort of air replenishment. On 23 survival, Gita, you've got enough food and water for the 4 of you for 4 days.
So Gita is going to try to get Teresa's attention and get her away from Tosserin and Astrid for a little private conference.
I think we're wondering the same thing about our fulfillment of the terms of this deal.
So, Teresa, can we get paid for dropping Tosserin off with Rosita and Milana dead?
Shit. It was all going through Milana, right?
It was all going through Milana. She did make reference to having a contract. Rosita, you didn't find anything on her person, but but it might be in her cabin.
Go look in her cabin. See if you can find anything about that contract or the contact.
All right. If we can't, we don't have a lot of supplies.
Teresa turns around and flashes Tosser in like a reassuring smile.
How's Tosser doing? So he's having his like just not okay organizing, but you get a promising like reassuring smile from the pilot.
Tosserin smiles back and starts sifting through. He's kept the stack of manuals, and he is rifling through any sort of like massive damage thing that can be done. Like, push this button, everything will be okay, and those 2 people will be alive again. He is hoping against hope he's done something useful, and it's keeping him busy.
Gita's going to go investigate Milana's cabin.
Great, give me an investigation.
Gita would like someone else to go with her. 5.
Okay. Yeah, you don't find anything like a contract.
Okay. Gita returns. Teresa, I don't see anything. She's got too much stuff.
It's got to be in there. Astrid,
What?
come take a look with me.
Okay.
All right, who's searching and who's helping?
Yeah,
No,
Teresa
Teresa-
doesn't have any investigation proficiency.
Astrid does.
That's good.
Gita,
I don't think I
Gita
can even
didn't
help
either.
you with that, can
In
I?
fact, I have expertise in.
Yes.
Yeah, you can help. So go ahead and
Okay.
So roll with advantage.
Yes.
Total 21. Nope. Yeah, 21.
With Teresa's help, you are able to find there's like a little place under the desk in Milana's room. It has like a little shelf that slides out that you kind of need to like lift up on to pull out. And there are a variety of documents actually. She has notes on all of you as well as about a dozen other individuals, some of whom you've interacted with, you know their names of, some of whom you've never heard of before. Included in that stack it's just like a simple scrawled note. And Astrid, since you're finding this, you get to find out that your client is Maximilian. And he has offered to pay the crew of the Epiox 50,000 gold pieces to deliver his son Tosserin to Elenel.
Okay, when Astrid finds this, she drops the documents that she's looking at,
He scattered around the floor.
and well, I don't know much about tiefling biology, but she does the equivalent of the color just draining from her face.
Teresa, you spot that no problem. It looks like Astrid is struck by something that she just read.
Astrid, what is it? What did you find?
The guy that hired Milana. TikTok's dad. He's the guy that's after me.
Shit. I mean, good news. I don't think TikTok has any idea what's going on.
Does he? Evil.
Did you think so? Did Maximilian send his son to kill me?
Don't you think he'd be dead? Look, at this point, we're this kid's lifeline. He has a vested interest in not killing you. If we can keep you out of the negotiations, I think we should be fine.
I'm not going anywhere near Maximilian.
Yeah, agreed.
So you want him to pay us? You got to take care of that yourself. I'll help you get him where he needs to go if we can, but I can't take the risk that he's going to catch me.
Don't worry, Astrid. I was born to get us paid.
Don't let me down on this, Teresa.
You know I won't. When have I ever let you down, Astrid? Get those documents. We're gonna get out of this hellhole, get this kid to LNL, get our 50,000 gold, and get the fuck on with our lives. First step's gonna be a new ship.
All right.
Yay!
Yes, we do have-
Let's take a little break. After Teresa's rousing, inspirational. I love that.
Yeah, that was pretty great, Lizzie.
All right, let's take 5.
All right.
another few minutes. So if you guys want to talk amongst yourselves.
Sure.
Ben, you might have figured this out already, but this is a little different from how these games usually go.
I
Yeah,
would imagine so.
I can't imagine critical NPCs die a lot.
They haven't so far. This is only our 4th game in this campaign.
I will say, I was a little worried when we got our shields down and we were about to take a hit down to 4, and I was like, oh gosh, I'm going to be part of the TPK. Sam's going to miss it all.
Oh man.
My first thought was one of my first thoughts anyway was, I mean, this is Falcon's sister that we're talking about, and Jeer's got enough issues without his big sister dying.
Okay, number one. Nobody's dying.
Nobody else.
Well,
We
nobody died.
spent at least 20 minutes planning how we were gonna get in and out of the spaceport.
It was more than that.
And everything Hoff was just like, oh, those are all good ideas. That's a good idea too.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, that'll you know
Wow.
what? You know who could do that for you? Milana.
It's a good thing this crew is not aware that the White Star crew essentially sent that fleet of beholders back to Andrel to find the whistling guy.
Oh,
Oh,
my gosh.
goddamn.
They're all whistlers.
I forgot about that.
It's like a whole different language I'm listening to.
Eric didn't forget consequences. They don't always affect you, but they affect somebody.
Other you. So Kenneth, the adventuring school is on
Yeah.
Andrel, where we're going.
hmm
So when our White Star group was leaving Andrel for the first time in their brand new ship, one of the first things that happened was they passed the ship that hailed them, and it had a beholder. And the beholder was like, have you ever seen any other beholders? Tell me where they are. And we had met one on Andrel. Like, we had to sneak past him to get our ship. And so we were just like, yeah, there's one on Andrel.
Well, we tried to sneak past it, and then we got away from it.
Oh, I remember. I was Ratha when we ran across it, and then that was like in session.
Oh, that was you. You were Ratha. Yeah. And so we basically sent the beholders to Andrel, who are maybe now related to the beholders that killed our captain and comms and killed our ship and gave us a permanent scar and internal injuries. Which, are these things fixable? Because this is bad.
I'm betting mine is not.
I would think Tosserin's is, just from the way it's described, is
Yeah.
eventually you can fix that. And
Well,
hopefully
I'm
yours-
sure Tosserin's healthcare is probably high end.
Oh, I don't know.
Tosserin is
He
more equal than the rest of us when it comes to
Tosserin is
healthcare.
highly disposable.
That's true. That's
Is
true.
Tosserin
but
totaled? Did we total Tosserin?
I don't know. Well, I mean, it's possible that you may have ruined him for the task at hand, and if that is the case, there are potentially more, and so.
Should have taken that extended warranty.
But we still
Well-
get paid, right? We didn't
That's-
have to. We
That's
didn't.
how they get you, Will.
Condition of delivery was not specified in the contract, right?
No.
No, we have to get him to LNL, it sounds like.
Yeah, but if he's broken, that's still fine. We still get paid.
Like,
Well, that's
we all
true.
knew. We all knew that shit was going to go down because Eric described this as like a simple job. I figured the title, the milk job, so that
Yeah.
like that it was going to go down smoothly and like cream or something. But Like, I knew shit was going to go down. I knew it wasn't going to be simple. I was not expecting this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd say it was fucked, but it's compelling.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, this is way more tense than
Like,
our
there are
plan.
stakes. Definitely.
And we got all this cool stuff.
Cool stuff is hard to beat. All right,
Like-
sorry guys, thanks for being patient. I just needed to get rice going for dinner. Okay, so Teresa, when Aster tells you that Tosserin is Maximilian's son, is that true? Did you say that? Maximilian and Daphne went to the graduation ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
So you know that Bellerin is also their son. So now there are these two. So they've got to be like identical twins or something.
Right. Plus,
Yeah.
Tosserin said there are all these pictures of him, but they don't know each other in some way.
Apparently, yes.
Tosserin has had some kind of mind-altering damage,
Yes.
which actually
Yes.
seems very likely.
I mean, the way that he's
So-
acting, yeah, seems fairly plausible to you in that regard. Okay, so Teresa, you're like, this is what we're gonna do. This is the plan. You get everyone together. You got your food supplies. You're looking around this wasteland, and Ida, with your amazingly high passive perception, you see some figures off in the distance that are approaching you.
How far away are these figures?
Maybe a quarter mile, half mile.
Okay, I'm gonna go find Teresa and Astrid, and
You guys are all together
Oh,
at this point.
okay.
Yeah.
folks, we've got company coming.
Good company or bad company?
Do I have any idea? Can I discern
if you're gonna
anything?
if you're gonna point them out, everybody go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
Gosh. 9. Put in chat.
Okay, y'all. I've rolled like 1 to 5 and 16 to 20.
Yeah,
night.
I'm switching out this D20. I'm really unhappy.
Well, that's a rough set of perception rolls, you guys.
Look,
Hi, you're going away.
yeah,
We can just use my passive, right?
So Gita points these figures out. You guys see them off in the distance. You think there's probably between 20 and 30 of them. They're not moving in like a military patrol type formation. They're just kind of like a mass that are shuffling along.
I think it's scavengers attracted by the sound of the crash.
Yes, Teresa. No insight required. You're guessing that the crash made a tremendous noise, and it's likely it attracted attention from a variety of things. This might just be the first things that noticed it.
We
need
should
to get
probably we need to make ourselves scarce. There's too many of them for us to deal with, and this isn't exactly hospitable land. They're gonna want to take what's ours, and they're not gonna want to take care of us. Not in a good way.
Is there anything that we could take shelter behind besides the ship? Like any direction we see where there's any kind of like, I don't know, stand of dead trees or anything like that?
Yeah. There are some like groupings of dead trees that you might be able to assemble. So basically, if you want to get away from the ship and try to hide yourself, they're also, like I mentioned, the earth is kind of torn up here and there. So they're like these protuberances of earth that kind of jut up 5, 10, 15 feet periodically here or there that you might be able to kind of scramble behind. So actually, it's kind of a hiding rich environment, you would say.
One thing in our favor. Teresa's gonna point at one of those protuberances of earth and be like,
Okay.
I'm going to whisper to Gita. Might want to use your shadow magic, especially on, and then jerks thumb towards TikTok.
What are we talking about with my shadow magic? Just
Pass without trace.
Pass without trace. Okay. Just want to make sure I got that.
yeah, do we want to see if his feet will fit in those boots?
I like the boots.
We can like spray him out with something after.
Fine. TikTok, get over here. And I start shuffling out of my boots.
Can I?
Yes.
Put these on.
I also tell TikTok your voice that.
Those aren't my shoes.
Gita decides lying is the best course of action. Your dad gave them to us. So you had something when we got on the planet.
Yes, your loving father. He was worried that you might. He was worried about you.
Okay.
Yeah, plausible.
Possible.
Go ahead. Astrid, give me a deception check with advantage. Hopper, give me an insight check.
Oh, music to my ears. That's a 17 deception.
No!
Oh no!
No! Why are our only nat 20s against each other? What the fuck?
Officer, they are lying. This is not a truthful statement that your father gave his boots to give to you.
My father gave me these boots for me to wear, and my house is so big, I played hide and seek with the servants, and they didn't find me for 3 days. So I can hide in some brush. Thank you very much.
Okay. Gita says, we're going to play hide and seek from those guys out there. They're other servants. And
I'm fine with that. All you had, I'm not wearing anybody
we're
else's
playing a
shoes.
modified version called the Quiet Game.
Fine.
Fuck, I swear to God, if you make a noise, we're putting these boots on you one way or the other. There's 3 of us and 1 of you, and we're getting you to LNL, boots or no boots.
Oh my god. Beautiful.
Okay, boots or no boots. We need to go. We need to go hide now.
Everybody give me your stealth check in the chat, please.
Is Gita casting Pass Without Trace first?
Oh, that's a good
Yes.
question. So that's a plus 10 for everybody.
It is, absolutely.
Well.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, actually, it might even be better than that. Hold on. I pull up the hood of my cloak.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's only a 32. So.
Holy. All right, you guys get behind one of these protuberances. So, do you want to be able to see the crash site and whatever's approaching, or do you want to just be like out of there?
Yeah, we want a vantage point, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, briefly.
Great. So you guys, Gita casts his Pass Without Trace. Shadows surround you. So I did describe the sky is overcast. So even though it seems like it's daytime, it's not dark, but it's definitely like dim lighting, I would say. You guys can see reasonably well, but it's not bright light by any means. The sky is overcast, basically as far as you can see. And as you're looking around now, a little bit more, you do see there are some mountains off in the distance, in a couple of directions, away from where you are in this blasted plain. You all get behind one of these kind of outcroppings of earth, kind of peek around, and you see, about 30 creatures, and I'm definitely going to use that word deliberately. They are humanoid, but they are not moving like normal, natural things. They're like, some of them are like crawling on their hands and knees. A couple of them are like even just like crawling on their hands. They're kind of like you know how apes kind of do like side charge thing, like a bunch of them are kind of moving that way. A handful of them are like walking normal upright, but they are these very gray skinned, kind of emaciated humanoid creatures, this tattered clothing. Anybody have proficiency in religion? All right, yeah, they're fucking humanoid creatures. They get to the ship and they just kind of swarm all over it. It looks like they're looking for stuff.
Let's get out of here. They might not be the only ones that show up.
Gita would like to look around and see if she sees any other roaming packs of zombies.
Yeah, looking around this blasted plain, right now you don't see anything. It's a little bit distracting because these things are also not silent. Like you hear them kind of like, "Arr, arr, arr," like making some grinding sounds. You hear them every now and then, like it looks like one of them tries to eat something, like either part of the ship. And actually, after one of them discovers that the ship is edible, because it is in fact or was a living creature, they start to eat this ship.
Oh my god.
They're eating our ship.
Yeah, they'll eat us too. Let's get going.
Where are you guys going? You got no direction. You can't really see the sun. You don't know which way is east, west, north, south. It's this massive, blasted, broken plain.
Can at least get to those mountains. We can get some kind of vantage point.
Okay, you guys are heading to the mountains?
How close are the mountains? Like, how long do you think it'll take us?
Yeah, give me a perception or survival check, Astrid.
I don't think I have proficiency in either of those skills. No, I have perception. No, I have perception. Oh, non-natural 20.
Yeah, you think it's probably about an hour away, so maybe 3 miles.
Okay, realizing that, Astrid says, if we could get up there, we could even see above the clouds.
Is there any evidence of water anywhere or any greenery on any of the mountains we can see?
No.
All right, let's head for the nearest mountain range, see what we can see.
Okay.
Gita, how long does that pass without trace last?
I don't actually have that pulled up. I'm so sorry.
Forever.
That doesn't sound like a second level spell.
An hour.
This is the spell you're looking
Yep.
for.
Concentration, though.
Yeah, concentration 1 hour.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That'll just get you to the mountain, or it's really a hill. But it'll definitely give you a vantage point, which is what you guys are looking for. So you climb up this hill, reasonably steep. You're able to make it up. Gita's clever enough, being a ranger. You know not to actually like crest it, because then like you'll be able to be seen from like anywhere around. So like you guys just go like up to the crest that you can kind of peer around and look behind you. So looking behind you where the ship has crashed, it looks like a large valley. You see mountains on the other side. You see a huge furrow plowed where the Epiox ground into the earth. You can see the little figures on the ship still like digging in and eating it. Other than that, you don't see any movement anywhere on that blasted plain. You see, some handful of trees here and there that are just blackened trunks and branches. Maybe a couple of bushes as well. Again, same thing, just twigs. You don't see any green or life of any kind. You don't see any bodies of water there. Peering over the edge of this hill, you're looking out onto more of the same. Just blasted, destroyed, completely lifeless land as far as you can go.
Fuck.
Ditto.
Those ghouls have to be getting. Sorry, not ghouls. Those raiders have to be getting water from somewhere. We could watch them for a little while, see what direction they go in. We could just try and go in a straight line.
We should probably watch them. They're the only source of life I see out here, and it'll at least let us know where they're at if we keep track of them. They can't surprise us.
Maybe we'll find something that can help us if we follow them.
You guys gonna wait and see where this mass of creatures goes off to?
I think so.
How close are you going to follow behind them? I mean, as long as the light is up, you can follow them. Basically quarter mile without too much difficulty. They're a pretty large group. Once it gets dark, if it gets dark, you don't know what the life cycle is like on this planetoid. It'll be a lot harder.
Quarter mile sounds like a decent distance.
Are we leaving tracks, or are they leaving tracks that we can?
Yeah, Gita, I mean, even without a survival check, you realize that the surface of this area, it's kind of dusty, like sandy surface, so you are definitely leaving tracks, not like extremely obvious ones, because there's also a little bit of a wind kind of blowing continuously, like this eerie kind of scarifying wind. So your tracks aren't very distinct, but you can spot them.
Okay.
And in terms of their tracks, they are definitely leaving tracks. If you're just wanting to track them, no problem.
So we could follow their tracks and keep out of range, guys, or we can try to get closer. I don't know. There's much advantage to being able to see them the whole time, though.
I don't see value in getting close to them.
I agree.
So yeah, I think we'll go track them from a out of sight distance.
Okay, great. All right, so you guys wait up on the hill for maybe an hour or so, and then the band of creatures finally finishes devouring the Epiox, and then they kind of skitter, crawl, shuffle more or less back in the direction that you came. You guys come down off the hill, get their trail, no problem, and follow it along. As you're progressing through this endless gray waste, you notice, the sun is getting low, the light's getting dark. It's starting to get towards twilight. You see night approaching. Gita, what are you again?
Human.
But she's also a Gloomstalker.
Oh, but you're
Gloomstalker Ranger.
So you've got some like dark vision something.
I should have read the character sheet closer.
It's okay. Umbral sight. Yeah, dark vision out to 60 feet.
Okay.
So, so you can continue to follow the tracks during the evening if you like. You guys are also, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, you're also all heavily injured. You all have 1 hit point.
Oh.
What?
You were unconscious. You stabilized, you regained consciousness. When you regain consciousness after stabilizing, you have 1 hit point.
I'm just saying that changes our calculus a little bit.
Yes, I'm sorry, that was bad DM.
Well, at least it's easy to change.
So which direction do these things go off in?
What do you mean by direction? Because you don't know north, south, east, west. If you want to go relative to like how the Epiox crashed,
Okay, so if the Epiox crashed and we went towards a nearby mountain range, and that is at 12 o'clock.
okay. These things went off at 10 o'clock.
So we sort of intercepted their tracks along the way, and now they are going off in the 10 o'clock direction, and we are following them.
Correct.
Okay.
So only about 10 degrees to the left.
Yes.
Okay. And are they going towards more mountains? Like, is this place encircled? Like, it's a full-on valley?
No, you don't, like, looking off in that direction, there are more blasted plains. Like, off in the distance, there are mountains, but it didn't look like there was anything specific in that direction that you could see from your vantage point.
Is there any wind going on here?
Yeah.
Like, and I asked that because, like, I mean, I know it's a huge group, but if we were to take a long rest as night comes, will we still be able to see those tracks in the morning, do you think? Or do
Gita would have a pretty good chance of being able to find the tracks. It wouldn't be 100%, but it would be pretty achievable for her.
okay.
So twilight is coming. What do you all want to do?
Do you
It's
want
been
to
a-
following until it grows like completely dark?
Do we know anything about wildlife on this planet? And if there's nocturnal beasties?
Give me a history check, Gita.
It's killing me. 7.
As far as you know, Andrel is a normal planetoid. You were trained on the forests of one of the planets of the Empire, so you would assume it's a normal like plant life, animal life. You haven't heard differently.
All right.
We need to find some place to make camp out of the way.
Someplace. It's still rocky outcroppings and
Yeah, there are actually
Hide-
plenty of
hidey
places
hold.
that are like protected by the wind, and you can find one that has like a boulder or maybe a tree or. Gita's reasonably proficient in finding kind of shelter.
let's find a nice place to hunker down. It's been a long day. We need to lick our wounds a little bit, I think.
Ah, I agree.
Okay, while you still have a little bit of light, Gita, you're able to find a nice sheltered spot, protected from the wind. Pretty good visibility on most sides, so that you'll be able to see anything that's approaching. And you all settle down. You don't really, the Epiox didn't have like camping gear of any kind, so you guys have like just, the sheets that you pulled off of the bed's Gita, and so, but you got a little bit of stuff to keep you comfortable, but it's going to be a rough night. But you do have the food and water that you're able to salvage, so that's good. Are you guys going to set up a watch order? You all need a long rest.
I'll take first watch.
Oh yeah, you have models.
In Thieves Can't, I'm going to ask the other two. Do we want to include Tosserin in this watch order?
Under no circumstances.
Okay.
Okay, so Teresa, and then Astra, then Gita.
Yep, sounds good to me.
We should ask him to watch with one of us. But he's not watching by himself.
Not me.
Not it.
All right, me and TikTok will watch together.
How do you broach that with Tosser and Teresa?
Talk. I want you to get a good night's sleep tonight, so let's take first watch together. That way you can sleep until morning.
Okay, what am I looking for?
Anything that is not currently here.
Anything that is not currently here?
Anything that poses a threat to us, anything that's unusual, anything that appears on the horizon, anything gives you that funny, the other stuff I previously said.
Got it. Watch out for stuff that makes me feel funny. Okay, so list number 1.
Other people's shoes.
Other... and at least an hour goes by, and he does not stop talking.
Oh god.
It's kind of like ASMR. Helps me get sleep.
Oh my
I'm
god.
going to assume that Gita and Astrid have just like walked away and went ahead and attempted to bed down while
Awesome.
it's talking.
All right.
During our watch, Teresa's gonna try to like kind of chat up, toss her in, and like she can be quite friendly when she wants to be. And just like, so what's your deal, man? What kind of magic you got? What's your family like? What are your plans for your future? What kind of magic do you have?
And I tell basic stories, and that I really like when things are ordered and nice, and I've only just started to figure out my magic, but it kind of radiates out of the ordered and nice. My favorite, you like spiders? Spiders
No.
are ordered and nice. They make these nice little webs, and web, beautiful gigantic web. See, very well ordered, and super useful.
As in Tosser and just like produced one with magic.
Yes, like there's now a web that was between like your boulder and tree that was near you guys.
And
It's really
so,
useful.
well, think about it this way, doubting lady. Now anything coming from that way gets stuck and makes noise. So I only have to watch this way.
It's fair. Got anything that
It's-
reorders the cellular makeup of people's injuries?
A little bit. Aid. She now has 5 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Nice.
So that's 6 altogether.
I mean, when you look at it, it's a what 500% increase. So
You're feeling okay.
Almost infinite improvement over previous.
exactly, almost literally infinite improvement.
You know how to use any weapons? Shoot a bow?
They gave me this and crossbow.
Can you know?
I've never used it before, but I have it.
All right. Well, maybe during these few wakeful hours, I can show you how to use a crossbow.
The web stays up for an hour, so once it comes down, he casts it up again, and it stays up through his watch.
So
You can do whatever you want, but he's only watching this direction.
So Lizzie, I screwed us a little bit. I had 4 spell slots of cure wounds I could have done, but I forgot.
Although, in fairness, you didn't know how severely wounded
That's true.
But I did before I went to sleep.
What's your highest level, like, healing? Is it cure wounds?
Cure wounds, level 1.
But you can use higher level spell slots, right? You have second level spell slots.
I do have 2 second level.
So you can
I don't play many casters. I play fighters and rangers, but
Okay.
not with spells. Old
Yeah.
old
Yeah, but
rangers.
Yeah, but you already used the second level slot when you cast Pass Without Trace.
Yes.
Okay. Teresa Tosserin, your shift passes without events. Wake up Astrid.
So is Tosser Spiderweb still up when Astrid wakes up?
I think I'm going to say that there are definitely strands of it there for sure. You're looking around. You're like, there was not spiderweb strands here before. It's not like intact, but there's like pieces of it.
When Astrid wakes up and looks around, she thinks, it would be just our fucking luck that those cultists would be here too.
That's right, the spider cultists.
If they check out the webs and get in really close to it, not close enough to touch, but close to, they can hear ticking and.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay, so groggy and irritated, but also concerned that the fucking cultists might be back. Astrid's gonna look closely at those webs, and I assume.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. 11.
Okay. Yeah, there's some like kind of rhythmic ticking sound. You have a hard time discerning what it is, and it's just like at the edge of your hearing, and you see the webs kind of eventually dissolve. It's really some kind of magical effect.
Okay, as I get ready to sit down under my for my watch, I'm going to think, TikTok, you are really, really lucky that I'm too tired to kill you.
Okay, Astrid, you've got a lonely 4 hours here. The wind is whipping around. You have no fire. It is dark, dark, dark. What's kind of going on as you're sitting here? Your ship is destroyed. Rosita, who's the only one you ever considered your equal, is dead. What's Astrid's future plans? Like, what's the deal?
Well, Astrid has been like angry and frustrated and frightened this entire time ever since they started falling, and after Rosita died. But she's also thinking that even though she didn't consider Teresa her equal before, they've been through a lot of shit together, and they've always made it through. And so partially because she has no choice, and partially because she has actually come to respect. I think it was written on her original character description that she actually did respect Teresa a little bit, just not to the extent she did Rosita. But now she's having to really count on her because, like, essentially she is the captain now, as far as she's concerned. So she kind of thinks to herself that she's going to have to trust Teresa to get her through this, and remembers that she promised to, and she just repeats, "Don't let me down, Teresa," kind of quietly to herself.
Nice. Okay, Astrid, your watch passes uneventful. You wake up Gita. You gonna convey any information to Gita?
Yeah, I'm just gonna set up. Well, the spider webs are probably gone by now, right?
Yeah, long gone.
Okay. I don't think, knowing Gita, it's probably not worth mentioning the spider web fiasco to her. So she's gonna say, "Hope yours goes just like mine did."
That would be a relief after the day we've had.
All right.
All right.
Gita, yeah, do anything particular for your shift?
Gita's got a playing card set that she'll do a little solitaire with. But just like whenever she's got a moment and she's taking her look, what move can I make? But she's also gonna see if she can figure out what's going on with the hat, try to open sesame and abracadabra and see if she
Which
can
hat is this?
the hat that she got from Reseda.
From Reseda. Okay, great. Yeah, so you play around with the hat a little bit. You kind of like, like, hey, hat, what's your deal? And you eventually get to the point where you find that when you're wearing it, you feel a little bit more clear-headed, maybe, than when you don't have it on. So this is a hat of clear thought. You get advantage on wisdom saving throws.
All right.
Gita, after you finish kind of playing around with the hat for a bit, about halfway through your watch or so, you guys don't have any timekeeping devices, you see a bright beam of light, almost like if someone turned on a massive spotlight, appear out in the darkness, and it sweeps across the blasted land. It doesn't look like it's sweeping in your direction, but there is some bright beam of light out there.
Where is what's the direction relative to basically where we think the zombies are and where we've been traveling? Like if we're going at 10 o'clock,
it is 180, so it's actually back near the ship.
Okay. I'm gonna make a mental note of that, but I'm also gonna just wait and see if it starts coming this way. I'll interrupt our rest, but I don't see it as a threat right this second.
Okay, give me an insight check, please.
Seven.
Okay. Yeah, you see the beam of light kind of sweeping around. It looks like the source of it moves around for a while, and then just the same as it came on, boom, it just shuts off, and then all is darkness once again.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for the sunrise and hope that it doesn't turn back on right on top of us.
All right, great. Everybody, give me a Constitution saving throw. You're looking for a DC 15. Oh man. Jesus Christ, Saucer. Okay. Teresa and Gita, in spite of the rough sleeping, you're able to rest and fully recover your hit points. Astrid, you had a really hard time resting. You only recover half, so you're at 19. Tosserin, on that nat 1 for con save, I think I'm going to say you're at a solid 4 hit points. So you all wake up, and once you momentarily strategize, I'm going to check my rice. I'll be right back.
Woo. All right, y'all. Tosserin's looking really rough. I think I'm gonna give him a pep talk with some magic.
I think that's a great idea, Kenneth.
Does Gita tell us about the light she saw?
Yeah, so they definitely are looking for us. There was a searchlight came on back in the direction of the ship.
That might have been a rescue party. Because at this point,
after they shot us out of the sky.
yeah, but they didn't know who we were. At this point, we're just randos on their planet.
Why would they come rescue us?
I was gonna say they might be a firing squad.
Yeah, but what do they want with us? I don't think they want anything with us. It's just like Reseda was saying, like, once we get down here, we're they're not checking our papers.
Ooh, but how fast do you think it would take Maximilian to find out that his homegrown messiah got shot out of the sky?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
So we need to get Tosser in to Elenel before Maximilian can save him, or we don't make any money.
101. The day brightens. You all recover. Somewhat refreshed. Some more so than others. Tosser, at least you got your spell slots back. Gita, if you want to continue to try to follow the trail of these things, give me a survival check, please.
So I want to confer with the team.
Great. Yep.
Do we want to follow the zombies, or do we want to go back to the ship and see if somebody will be there looking for Tosserin?
Doubt they're gonna check it again. You
No.
think?
I don't think
Ship
so,
is
but-
gone, right? It's devoured.
Yeah,
There's
ate.
like wooden pieces and
Oh, okay.
stuff. Yeah, there's parts of the ship that weren't organic.
I mean, following these things is the only line we have on
We
anything.
don't have other paths, so I think committing to a bad idea might be better than
Yeah.
waffling. Okay,
Kind of with you on that, Gita.
Okay.
then I'm gonna roll a natural 20 survival.
Oh, good job.
Wow.
Why can't I just do that whenever important stuff's happening?
You only needed a 10. And I don't know. What do you want any other information about these tracks that you're following?
Are they single file like sand people?
They are not single file like sand people. They are all over the place. They look actually fairly chaotic and disorganized. You think if Tosserin could see them, he would be not okay with it.
Are they maintaining a heading, or do they look like they're kind of meandering?
They look like they have a plan of where they're going to. Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, you see on that nat 20, I'm going to say you realize that you see some tracks that are a little bit older. So you think that this group came from somewhere, checked out the ship, and they're going back on that same trajectory.
Okay. That could be really good or really bad. Okay.
All right, you guys continue heading in that direction. Yeah, go ahead.
Tosserin, I'm gonna come chat with you and say, "Hey, how you doing today, buddy?" And I'm just gonna kind of get a little magic going to pep you up while we're
Okay,
chatting.
right, yeah.
And that's 1d8 plus 5
Great, give it a roll.
that you can recover.
So you roll.
I roll. Okay. So 11. I'm gonna hit you up with 11 hit points.
Nice.
You feeling any better there, buddy?
Yeah, I feel
And then you lost a hit point because of your wound.
yes, but a hit point from my total, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
For my
So-
maximum.
Yeah, so you're max. So you're down to 31 max, 15 current.
Oh my. I'm feeling about half like normal.
Okay. We'll get you back up to full normal. I don't know what that looks like, but
Yeah. I feel like TikTok and normal may not share
You have
orders.
a passing acquaintance. Yeah. Are you gonna cast another spell, Gita, or
no, I'm gonna leave him at half a tick. Half a top.
He's just tick.
All right, you guys follow this trail, no problem. Gita leads you through it. You pass, some mountains, some kind of rocky formations. Definitely think about like the desert Southwest, kind of passing, around mesas and that sort of thing. except instead of sandy, like brown tan sand, it's just gray desolation. No life of any kind except for these, like, obviously dead bushes and trees periodically. You come around kind of a corner of a mesa, and you see ahead of you a structure. It's made out of some kind of white material. It's rising maybe 20, 30 feet high. It's not too large of a structure. It's a few miles away. And you see a couple of like levitating type skiff type things coming up to it and going away from it periodically. And the trail of these things leads clearly to this structure.
Is there anything on the skiffs?
Give me a perception check.
Gosh damn it. 6.
You can't tell from this distance. So you guys could, if you don't follow the trail, but you kind of like hide behind boulders and trees and that kind of stuff, you could get a little bit closer to get a little bit better impression of what this is.
What direction are the skiffs going? Are they like? Can we see them going 90 degrees from us? Are they? Will we have to?
Give me an insight check.
Sorry, 13.
You don't discern any pattern.
Okay.
And it's not like there's constant coming and going. Like, as you see this thing, you're like watching, you're like, what the hell is this? And you're like kind of conferring. And you see like a skiff kind of come in and like dock. And then like 20 minutes later, another one of these like levitating skiffs kind of goes off.
Okay.
I don't know how to ask this, but does this level of structure and technology seem incongruous with the creatures that we saw?
Give me an insight check.
16.
I mean, it's definitely it's definitely magic, obviously, like these levitating skiff things. It's definitely not spelljamming level magic. Whatever those creatures were that came and ate the ship could have been animated by magic as well. So it wouldn't surprise you if it's like a powerful magical thing. You don't think that those things could be responsible for this structure.
Gotcha.
But that doesn't mean that somebody here isn't, kind of in charge of all of it.
Yeah. There's more to this place than just those raiders. Do we want to surveil it and see if we see someone, I don't know, reasonable come out?
What was our total days of rations that we had? 4 days. Okay.
Down to 3.
Yeah. I think it's worth doing a little reconnaissance to make sure, and maybe even trying to sneak in and see if we can figure out anything more from inside once it gets dark.
Let's do it.
Sounds good to me.
You guys gonna take any particular precautions besides just being stealthy?
Could I possibly use my hat to make myself look like one of those thingies?
Absolutely, no problem at all.
No,
Right.
put up my cloak that gives you disadvantage on perception checks to see me.
Awesome.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do the hat thing.
Great. All right, everybody give me a stealth check, please.
On natural 20.
Nice. Oh, that's right. I have advantage. Oh, a natural 20. For
28 for me. Oh no! Why TikTok?
should have put your fucking boots on. The boots.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. That's right, Teresa. What else? What else you guys got? So what's your total, Tossman?
6.
That's good. Nice. All right. So I'm going to say, Teresa, you guys are cruising along, and Tosserin catches his foot in a tree root, and he's like pulling it out, and it's basically pulling the whole tree down. And you like grab him by the scruff, whip him around, put out a hand to hold the tree up, and just like ease it back into place with your nat 20 balancing out his nat 1. You all get to a pretty decent vantage point, and you see the Fortress of Bone. This is a structure that looks like a small keep that is composed of large bones, like off of a dragon or some damn huge thing, are composing its walls. It looks like smaller bones are kind of used as the mortar around it. You see that there is a gate. Via the tracks of the things that followed you went into this thing. You see some of these levitating skiffs kind of docking at the top of this fortress, and I think, yeah, we'll have a little bit of interaction, but I think we can call it there for the Milk Run Part 1.
Milk Run. Okay.
Anything you guys want to interact with the Fortress of Bone at this point?
Anything right now for me.
So is it just one building? Is there?
Yes,
are there,
exactly.
okay.
Yeah, it's a keep, so it's a high-walled thing. It has a roof. It's a single enclosed structure.
Does it look? Do we see any windows along the ground indicating that it also goes underground?
I don't think you're able to determine if it goes underground or not.
Okay.
But based on your previous 16 insight, Teresa, obviously something intelligent built this, and you don't think it was those things that went and ate your ship.
How many stories off the ground is it?
It's about 30 feet from the ground to the roof level where the skiffs are kind of docking.
I don't think anybody reasonable lives here. It's made out of bones. But they might have something worthwhile in there.
They might have food and water, and we can hijack a skiff.
Or a
and-
map. Oh yeah, a skiff. Do the skiffs, are we close enough to see if the skiffs look hijackable?
They look eminently hijackable to Teresa. You are like, I can pilot the fuck out of one of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teresa claps Gita on the back. She's like,
And
yes.
Teresa, if you had to guess, you're guessing that like probably they're like speed limited, but you think you could like rip out that part and just like take off across this blasted wasteland and get you the fuck out of here.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
We got to get Tosserin to LNL so he can save the world, whatever the fuck that means to Maximilian.
But yeah, also a map.
Yeah. Map, food.
Or at least a compass.
Water.
I mean, depending what's in there. Yeah, I guess we gotta go in. I was just thinking, like, is it better to just hop on a skiff and get the heck out, or fuck around in the Fortress of Bone?
We still don't know where the hell we
That
are
or-
on this planet.
Well, it's either that or fuck around in the desert. Which we know will die if we do that for too long.
Fair. Plus, we got TikTok. We could take on anything.
All right, awesome. We will infiltrate the Fortress of Bone next time.